Hello and welcome to State of the Economy. Today we have with us a very special guest, Mr. Chandra Shekhar Ghosh, who started a small microfinance outfit way back in 2001 with a measly capital of 2 lakh rupees, which he borrowed from his family and friends. And since then, in these decades, 1.5 decades, he has built that microfinance outfit into a full-fledged bank, just got a banking license from the RBI, and today he has 5.4 million borrowers. It's been an amazing journey for Chandra Shekhar Ghosh, who originally was called a poor man's banker because of the microfinance business that he was in. Welcome to our show, Mr. Chandra Shekhar Ghosh.
Thank you.
Good to have you in RSTV. So tell us, how did this whole journey begin?
Basically, I have the NGO worker. I worked NGO in Bengal, and I have get the opportunities to travel every corner of the village on that. And some of the common things I have been got to find out in that. In the market, in the morning, some people has come and given the 500 rupees, collect the 5 rupees. And evening again, he has come and collect the 500 rupees. I asked the vegetable vendor, why you are paying 700 interest rate to this person? And that vegetable vendor or fish vendor asking me, so why 700%? I given the 5 rupees.
Okay.
So why
so the monthly 5 rupees actually worked out to 700?
Yeah, so daily 5 rupees means...
Annualized 700%?
Yes, so 1% half a day. Okay. That is annualized is a 700%. I learned from them. They say that, sir, I have not the time to go to the institution where I can get this service on that. So there is no bank. No, there is no bank who can be give the, or even not any institutional finance who can be give this 500 rupees or 1,000 or 2,000 rupees to my business spot. No, this is the one thing I can be getting that advantage. Second is he said that where they are coming in the morning and giving this money without any papers, without signature, without mortgage, without guarantor. And without, this type of mortgage and guarantor, I cannot give on that. So for that, I can be pay 5 rupees, it's better for me. Okay. And he is spending all things on behalf of them. So
he was willing to pay 700% to avoid paperwork,
yeah,
partly, right?
Paperwork, guarantee, okay, and the income tax return, and balance sheet, nothing is required on that. I learned that the people have need the money, and people are like to pay if they will get the service easily and on the doorsteps. So on the basis of that, I left my job, and I started the organization is named Bandhan as NGO with my 2 lakhs rupees of the fund. And
so you borrowed 2 lakhs from friends and family?
Friends and family. But in that time, after that, the friends and family, all the people go far away from me. So every time maybe he is asking the money. So they cannot be trust on me. That's why I can be success on this type of service.
So they give you initial contribution, and then they start avoiding you, thinking that you would come to them for more capital.
More capital.
Which even a small banking operation would need. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So that I have been, and then I have been knocked to the every bank because within 3 months money have been finished.
Okay. You finished your initial
capital. So people have the demand is good, and the repayment also good. But I think that I am not maybe charged as that of the person as a 700%. I also not can be charged as a bank rate. So how I can be take the money from bank and link them with the bank, and they can be get the little bit higher interest rate from the bank, and they will be getting. But every bank said that no, poor are not bankable. They will give the collateral on against them. So I cannot give the loan. And even that time I also poor. So that time they also said that we cannot give the fund to you.
And these are established banks.
Established banks.
And their position was that the poor are not bankable.
Poor are not bankable.
So therefore they couldn't lend small sums for your microfinance operations, for expanding your microfinance operations?
No, they are not agree on that. That 1.5 years I have knocked in the every bank. and they are not agreed on that. And after that, I got some response from SIDBI, Small Industries Development Bank of India, and they said that, okay, fine, I can give to you as a pilot, as an experiment. So they sanctioned me 20 lakhs. And that 20 lakhs have been given the opportunities to me.
As a pilot?
Pilot
project.
Pilot project. So after this pilot project, then I have been seeing that there is a good demand of that. And those area we are working, people are very much hopeful that they will get to the further is a more, and their business will be like to extend on that. And their repayment rate is nearly 100%.
Okay.
So that can be inspired me again. And I have been also showed to the other banks. You see that the SIDBI has given, you also give it.
So you showed these results from the SIDBI loan, you produced these results and then you took these results to the other banks. That there was 100% loans were returned, and interest was paid on time. And during this period, how many borrowers did you make? I mean, after you got the SIDBI loan?
Before the SIDBI loan, I started with the 300 borrowers in that time.
Okay. 300 was your initial
on that. And after the SIDBI loan, it has come 1,100 within a March. I received the fund in the October. Within a few months, it has been come on that. So now,
so you disbursed those the SIDBI funds, and then you increased your number of borrowers to 1,500.
1,500.
And then you went to the other banks.
Yes.
Okay. And then how did the other banks respond?
Other banks' response has come one by one. So now we can say that this is in 34 banks and this type of financial institution lend to us, and we are lending this to poor people, 100% women. So there is now 6 million.
Only women, self-help groups, is it?
Only women.
Only women, okay.
And 60 lakhs now this type of borrowers are current borrower.
So 6 million borrowers you have.
6 million borrowers.
Okay. So you, from the time SIDBI gave you that loan, and when you built 1,500 borrowers within a few months of that SIDBI loan, today you have 6 million borrowers.
6 million borrowers.
Okay. And this is over a period of what?
13 years.
13 years. Now tell me what's your key learning in these 13 years? When you expanded your borrowing base, what kind of lending, what kind of women entrepreneurs are you lending to?
No, my learning is when people get the opportunities, they can be access the credit and this type of financial services. So automatically their hope have been increased. Their hope have been built up. And on the basis of first hope, they have been expanding hope has come. And that I have been seeing that creating the lot of employment, new employment, which can be helped to the reduce of this type of people's poverty.
Okay.
And their children going to the good school, they given the good tuition to the children, and future generation is coming as a very good on that. So this is
do you also see their family household incomes going up and their social indicators also improving? These families, have you done any study of that kind? Although this is not your remit, but
no, we have that because we are always try to track it, how we can be improve this type of families, economically background.
Because that's your social objective also,
social
right?
objective also. So that we given the one study to the IIM Ahmedabad, Indian Institute of Management Ahmedabad.
IIM Ahmedabad, you gave a study.
Yes.
Okay.
And they done this study, and after that they said that every of the year their return has come 13%. After the complete of the loan, interest, everything paying, there's a net return has come to the 13% year-on-year basis.
Okay. So this has been consistent for them?
There is a consistent for them.
So after formal finance reached by you to these households, self-employed women, their rate of return has been 13% year after year?
Yes. And their children, is a 99% their children going to the school.
They're going to the school?
School.
And they were not going to school before you,
yes,
they started accessing these loans, right?
Yes, they have some name of the school, but they are not regular to the go to school. Okay. Their habit have been grown on that, and they are like to shift their children from government school to the private school, English school.
So there's been overall empowerment, you say.
Empowerment.
Right? Yeah.
So that we design in the first, I started as a product of business loan. Then I started the product of education loan for the children.
Okay.
And there is a 5,000 rupees is needed in the beginning of the year.
So you move to other needs.
Other needs.
Initial basic income needs, then you move to education, other needs.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is also common.
Okay. Tell me, one debate which has not been resolved is whether microfinance institutions should lend to these households only for the business or services that they're providing, right? Now, it is believed that in rural India, people need money as a bridge loan. There's a marriage or something. They need money without, where some economic activity may not also be connected with the money that they're asking for. Now, do you give such loans also? If somebody says, I want some small money, say 500 rupees for some marriage in the family or something, such loans are also given by microfinance?
No, we are not giving this type of loan. But I mentioned about it, one loan we have given, that is an education.
Okay.
There is another loan we are giving for the treatment.
Okay.
Because
health related.
Health related.
Okay. So you are focused on education, health.
Okay. Health means if their health will not good, so that time their income will be stopped.
Okay.
In that moment also they have been lost their own capital, and automatically they will come under the poverty on that. Okay. So this is a big challenge for them. If I give the small loan for the treatment on that, they will not lost their capital. So their business will be continue on that, income will come, and they will be come out from the poverty.
So basically you're focused more on the human development indices in some sense, social indices, which would enhance their capital in the longer run. Okay.
And we are also insisting the people how they can be enhance their income. If their income will be enhancing, and they will be not like to need to do this type of loan for dowry and others. This is not the socially good accepted.
Sure. We'll take a small break here. Please don't go away and stay with RSTV. Welcome back to State of the Economy. We are speaking to Chandra Shekhar Ghosh, CEO of Bandhan Financial Services. Mr. Ghosh, you, for all these years, now 15 years, you've been focused on social banking, as it were, and you had your learnings. And today you are trying to make the big leap towards creating a bank, right? And RBI has recognized in some ways your performance, your services, and your initiative, and has given you a banking license. How will life change after you move to formal banking? Because it's an irony that the very fact that you went into this whole area was because formal banking had left a huge gap. They were not meeting the needs, right? So now you're in some ways going to formal banking. So you'll probably have to manage, some contradictions.
Not like that, because which area we are serving will be continue to serve these areas.
Okay.
And these areas serving, we are not serving as a charity organization. We are serving as a sustainable way. So this sustainability will be continue under the bank. So this is our objective of that, how we can reach more people and more people serving to our country where our 60% people are unbanked. So financial inclusion is a more important for the country economy. So we like to contribute to these areas where financially excluded people more, maybe in the northeast region and eastern region, also all over the country. So this service extended to this level of the people and these areas which can be help to the economic growth. And second point is there, as a microfinance institution, we are only serving as a credit services, but people have need also deposit services.
Sure.
Otherwise they are cheated by the Ponzi scheme. How it can be like to stop? So our channel can be help to the country, this level of the customer, along with the high net worth and middle class family also we will be like to serve them, and they will be come as a financial inclusion which can be again help to the country economy.
So now you'll be, obviously, with a banking license, you'll move to deposit services,
Yes.
which was not the regulator would not allow that to a pure play microfinance credit institution, right?
Right.
So in some ways you'll be providing a kind of wholesome banking services, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Now, so you'll be focused mainly on the 60% unbanked in India, the population. Is that your
No, we are like
mission?
to focus on that, but not means the only 60% these areas we can work.
Okay.
Some other area also have, those who have need to banking services. If you say that the rich people, they have the maid servant, they have the driver. No, this they are also living with maybe in that family, but they have not any bank account. They are not using the banking services. So I can be like to serve to this area also. Even also the high network,
Okay.
who can be have the money, they can give the money to us as a deposit.
Sure.
I can be give the loan to the poor family, utilize for that money, 100% repayment, and they also happy on that. Their money utilized for the social cause of the country.
Sure, yeah, that's understood. But predominantly, your focus will remain penetrating
Unbanked area,
unbanked areas. Will that be your predominant focus?
predominantly.
Okay. Now, tell me, how do you look at the RBI as a regulator? The consensus is that RBI, though well-intentioned, but the web of regulatory bureaucracy that RBI unleashes, in what way will it constrain you? In the sense, when you are not under RBI regulation, when you are not a bank, you were much freer to decide your course of action as an entrepreneur. Now, how will this change? I just want to understand that.
No, as in if it is an I learned from my child life, that is then if the teacher is good and strict, student have the opportunities to get a good result.
Yeah, okay.
So I believed on that. If regulator is a strict and is a good in that sense, so I can be like to serve in a good way. So that is not very much a problem.
That's not a worry for you.
Worry for you. Before the banking license, there is a very hard due diligence have been done, and I am that time isn't very much see that how they are hard. But after the banking license, they are very much cooperative to success on this.
No, I understand what you're saying. But then what's your diagnosis? Why do you think the formal banking institutions, the public sector banks, we're not even talking about private banks because private banks are only, they're more focused on the creamy layer of society. I'm saying public sector banks. Why do you think all these decades have not gone to areas where you have so successfully gone in the last 1.5 decades?
Any success of our country now like to focus in the rural. And second thing is the doorstep service. It should not be like to a bank on that where the bank branch open, customer will come to me and I will serve. Now I will go to the customer and serve in there. So this is the one side. And need in a good people means in that very dedicated people who have the commitment to serve the country, that segment. I hope that is true. We are very good team. Very good people is working in Bandhan. We have been developed that team member.
How many people do you have? How will you scale up?
We have now in the 14,000 people.
Okay.
They are working.
And what's your territory now? Earlier you started in Bengal, but now what's your vision over the next 5 years in terms of covering India?
No, we started from Bengal, but existing we have now working 22 states.
Okay, 22 states.
Yes, but focusing in the eastern and northeastern region. But as a bank, why we will be like to open? So from day one, we will be like to start the operation in the 27 states with 600 bank branches and 2020 as a microfinance offices. Along with our 18,000 employees will be work on that.
Okay, okay. And tell me, what is your sense of this government's Jan Dhan Yojana? Now, I am told that they've created or they are going to create some 8 crore bank accounts, new bank accounts, especially among the poor by March, and this they want to do just in 1 year. And the Prime Minister has spoken of some 7,000 crore deposits having come into these banks already. And they're also planning to use these bank accounts to deliver, government cash transfer in certain social programs, etc. How do you look at this? Is this also an opportunity for, say, banks such as yours, operating predominantly in the poor rural areas, to sort of link up with the government on some of these projects?
No, this is an Janadhan Jojana is a good initiative from our Honorable Prime Minister. That can be helped to the build up the awareness of the people level. They have need in the bank account to get the services from the government, like the governance issue on that. So that can be helped on this. And the other point is there, it is not in a one time, not only the bank account opening. There is a regular touch with the customer level where they can be grow their habit to deposit their money to the bank. So that is an opportunities for Bandhan Bank like on that. After opening the account, we can be touch with them, because as a microfinance institution, we are weekly touch with the customer. That is every year 50 times we have been knocked our customer. So that is our advantage is there when these people have been open the bank account, and we can be 50 times of the year knocked in their doorsteps. So they will be also deposit money to the bank. So that can be helped on that a regular deposit will come to the bank.
50 times, huh? You
50 times.
Doesn't it cost? Because the regular complaint that one hears from big banks is that such penetration, keeping in touch with our clients is too costly. Therefore, they don't penetrate into these areas. But from what you are saying, you're making it appear so easy that you keep in touch 50 times with these clients. Now, do you think that the PSU banks all these years did not try very hard? Could that be the case?
No, 50 times is required. After the bank license, in principle, I made in the customer level. They are asking me, sir, after the bank opening, so is it needed to, I will go to your bank branch to repay my installment and deposit? I say, what is the problem? No, sir, I have not the time. I have the cost, who will bear the cost?
So sure, you have to go to them, right?
Yes.
So when you do doorstep banking,
yeah,
does it cost more? That's what
Cost is more.
Yeah.
Cost is more, so that is it is how it can be like to minimize the cost. That is a challenge for the bank like us. But it is need to go to the doorsteps, knock the customer, create the habit, develop their habit, then deposit will become, and country savings form will become on that.
That's what I'm wondering. When you can do it, you've done it, and you've taken this cost into account, and yet you're making a reasonable profit.
I am coming on the cost per se. Another
I know,
point
in
on
these
that.
public sector banks, do you think there are some inherent efficiencies which don't enable them to go so deep, and then they use it as an excuse not to penetrate deeper? I mean, could that be a case?
No, this is comparatively, if you think about it, in the Indian banking scenario, if any customer go to the bank branch, there is a cost per transaction 50 rupees.
Exactly. Yeah.
If any customer will go to the other than bank ATM, that is in 20 rupees per transaction fee. If it is go to the own bank ATM, that is in 13 rupees.
Okay.
But if we go to the customer doorsteps with a human ATM, so their cost is not 13 rupees, because it is in human cost is in like the less than of the ATM cost.
Okay.
So that if I give the service in that area, so automatically they will not come to the ATM. So my cost will come down on that. So this is also the advantage is there. There is no alternate on that.
There's no alternate on that, yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Chandra Shekhar Ghosh, for talking to us. That's all we have in this edition of State of the Economy. We'll be back with you next week. Thanks for watching.